Hi boys, good to see you guys. Okay, I'm ready.
This looks like a commercial, like a model.
There we go. Hey. So I asked to be traded from Montreal. They wanted to change my, type of game or saying maybe more at the end of your career. And I felt like, and we talk about this with Reggie, is I just didn't want to accept the role that it was giving to me at that time. I felt like I had a lot more years, and I did 10 years after that, so 10 more years. So I'm glad I've done it. And then, I was just thinking, first thing I thought is I'm gonna go play with my buddy Matteau, Stéphane Matteau. So it's just, so that was a great call to get. And going to St. Louis and looking at the team and just the depth that the Blues had was, I'm thinking, okay, this is a great opportunity to go somewhere where we could move forward and, win a Stanley Cup. And I was so happy about, but it took an adjustment, obviously, a couple of days or a couple of months just to feel like I was really felt like part of it. But what a privilege to get that phone call, 100%. I was shocked. I mean, why does Keenan want me? Like my type of game and stuff. But, it was a short period of time I played for. In my time, I liked playing for him just because it was like 4 or 5 months, and then I played, and maybe, yes, he called me in his office, and maybe, I had some things that he had to tell me, and maybe it wasn't always, positive and things, but at the end of the day, the next day I played like 24 minutes or 23 minutes. I said, okay, all right, that works. But it was an adjustment. So coming here and having a different vibe of the way it was run, but I still enjoy it. Playing hockey, so I love. It would turn out to be all right. I knew Stéphane. That was it. I didn't know, but obviously it was so easy to get in, get involved, and just being part of the organization like this and the players we had, incredible when you think about it. I was able to play with Brett for many years, and Pavel and Scott Young. These guys were incredible. And I remember, I could slide off a little bit, but I remember Brett telling me, he's looking at my stick, he goes, your stick is no good. I said, what are you talking about? He said, it's too stiff, you gotta use a whip of your stick. I said, okay. He said, I'm gonna show you how to do it one time.
With it in the slot, the Holler shot, he scored! Far point, let's get this player back up the ice, and he scores! Oh, baby, Brett Hull ties it at 2!
I don't know if he does remember this. So he gets on the ice, and I'm thinking, I'm 27 years old at that point, I'm thinking, okay, I don't know where he's going with this, but yeah, let's see. So, but he gets on the ice, and we get on the ice. We stay at the end of practice, and he shows me, your top hand away from your body, and you know what? At 27 years old, I learned something. I learned something else. To do a one-timer, and yes, it's hard. It's not easy, but Brett was incredible, and I learned he's as a good passer than a shooter. He played two-way at that point. Maybe earlier on in his career, maybe a little different. But you know what? I enjoy playing with Brett, and I love every moment of it. And he was incredible. A bad pass was he turned out to be a good pass with him. Like he found a way to make it. So, but yeah.
And joining us now is the new coach, Joel Quenneville. Nice to meet you, sir. Thank you very much for coming out. Do you want to keep it that way, where you're low-key, or how do you go about that?
I certainly low-key as possible. I think the team is the image that we want to portray. Team.
I love Joel Quenneville. I love playing for him. I like, he was a player's coach, and I like the way he was with he communicated on the ice and stuff, and he was in Colorado for many years too, as an assistant coach, and Pierre Lacroix was there. He's a good friend of mine, and I got to know Pierre at a young age, and I knew he was really high on Joe. And so playing for Joe, I love playing for Joe. You wanted to work hard for him, so I did. It was a great. The adjustment turned out to be great. and it was great playing for Joe.
To make it 6 wins in their last 7 games. Turgeon hooked down by Larkin, and Hall gets a pass from Courtnall and scores. He buries it. Oh baby, there's that.
Well, I think me, Brett, and Cords, we played together for a while, so it changed. Obviously, we went back and forth, but these guys were. I mean, Jeff could skate, could create some, and finish his check, or he was getting that puck. He was able to put a lot of pressure on the opponent, and Brett could, he could find a way to just get that small opening. He didn't need much just to release that puck, and it's just but I love playing with both of them, obviously for different style of play. But Brett could, like I said earlier, he could pass the puck, he could shoot the puck, he could, and he's probably the best one-timer guy I ever seen for sure. So I enjoy playing with these two guys for sure. Oh yeah.
Fittingly, with Mel Gibson watching, the Blues unleashed their lethal weapon, the power play. One word to describe the night. It was awesome. Unbelievable.
That was a wow.
Blackout night in LA looked like it belonged to the Kings. They led for 51 minutes and 58 seconds. Then it happened.
Behind the play, there's going to be a penalty. Now a big collision, and Aki Berg will handle the Blues player. O'Donnell.
I think that's O'Donnell down on the ice, wailing away.
O'Donnell, now a brawl. Now let's tell you about the penalties. Ian LaPerriere gets 2 minutes for boarding. That was the original penalty in the blue zone. Then Jeff Courtnall gets 2 minutes for charging into Los Angeles goaltender Jamie Storr. So those penalties even out. And then Sean O'Donnell gets 5 minutes for fighting and a misconduct. So these penalties at 8:34 here in the third period, and Joel Quenneville's team, Joe, now has, with a 3-0 deficit facing them, a 5-minute power play.
What an opportunity.
He called it too. He said it. He was able to turn that game and just to make a change. And he called it before. He said it, I'm going to do this. And we're like, okay, it's happening. It is happening. So he ran the goalie, and all of a sudden, we get a power play and then we made it different, and we were able to come back and win the game.
Goes to the point to Pronger. Now to McInnes, the shot, knocked down in front, they score! Off the back of the net, Campbell centers, scores! Oh, baby! Now back to McInnes, he'll let her go again, he scores! At McInnes to Duchesne, wrist shot, save, rebound, they score! Oh, baby! A power play goal, 4 power play goals on 1 power play. And the Blues, in an unbelievable comeback, take the lead 4-3.
I think everybody in this place is in shock. Certainly the fans here, the Kings players. It is kind of shocking to see what's happened in this game. The quick turnaround, all started by that man on the right, Jeff Courtnall. You talk about a big-time game player.
I saw them all coming, and I knew that I was going to get it. So I just, took the beating and hoped for the best.
That's how he was, and he was able to change the momentum of the game just by doing little things like this, and he did. That's funny. You remember this?
They win the game, and they win the series, sweeping the Los Angeles Kings.
Furzy was just the experience, the wisdom he had, and there's no, it's funny playing in front of Furzy is, he's just calm, like nothing bothered him. Like he's been through so much before at an early age. He was just a calm guy, and he could win the game. Like he could make some safe and win you the game. But the biggest thing is just he never get, bothered by the goal scorer, or he just stayed in that. He was able to focus and just be very calm at it, And it's rare that you see, goalies are all different, but it's really rare to see a guy that could manage as the way he was feeling and just being very calm, everything calm about it,
Blues, Dimitrov on the right wing to Turgeon, and the shot blocked by Daigneault. Now loose puck for Dimitrov in front. Young, he shoots and scores! Scott Young! A power play goal
love playing with these guys. These guys were just, Scott could find a way to skate between, his speeds and didn't need much, and he was such a quick release. He could skate, he could move his feet and release that puck at the same time. A lot of times we don't realize, but a lot of players stops and then they release. He was able to keep moving his feet, and the release was just gone. And he could find that little hole, that places, and put the puck in the net. He was fun to play with. He actually always looked for me on the ice, which I love. I wanted to have the puck, especially coming out of the zone, in our own zone. He looked for me everywhere. So every time I had the chance, he wanted me to carry that puck and create it. But when he was open in front of the net, he wanted to have that puck. And I loved it. And so I love playing with Scott. And Pavel. Pavel was just, he's, like I said earlier, he was the most underrated player I played with. The first year I saw it, I said, he's got this. And I was telling my friend, my wife, I said, you know what? He's coming. Like, this guy, we'll see him. I could see it from far. Like, personally, I felt all that. I knew exactly, just playing with him, I knew what he was doing in practice. I knew how much poise he had with the puck and the patience, and he was an incredible player, and I could see at a young age right away. I did. He could see that ice, could find ways to give you the puck and created something that there was nothing there. And somehow the puck stayed to his stick. And maybe it was a battle in the corner that created, that battle created a scoring chance because of him coming out with that puck somehow. It's not because he was physical, he just found a way to get that puck. And but he was creative and in place where he didn't need that much room to create something with the puck, to make a play. And so did I enjoy playing with these two guys? 100%. I love playing with these guys. We had the speed, we had the brain, so we had a good chemistry, and we played well together.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix, Arizona. Dave Ryan alongside Eddie Olchuk of the Chicago Blackhawks, getting set for Western Conference Quarters, the Coyotes, and St.
We're losing 3-1. We call Joel calls a meeting, and all the players, we all go through, and they all share what they had to share and talk about what we could do, what we should do, and I remember most of the players, players, they say, you know what, I'm focusing on me. I got to make sure I bring what I could bring to the table, and then we won. We want to make it like 3-2.
Pronger with a puck, a pass gets away, and Young breaks in. Young has shot, he scores! Scott Young, oh baby! The Blues are still alive!
And then 3-3, and all of a sudden, but you could tell that the 3-3, and then that day we were going to the rink. It was in Phoenix, and we get out of the hotel, and we have Mark Bergevin waiting on the street with a jersey and a wig on, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was the Grant Fuhr's jersey, and he's got a huge sign saying "Go Blues, go!" and I mean, we're just struggling. We're coming back. We're making it back. But this guy just made it calm for us, and he somehow brought a lot of, with that, the adversity we had. He was able just to calm everything down and really, got the room in a place where we believe, like we did. We got here. We're gonna win this. We're gonna make it happen. And Phoenix had a great team too. You look at all the players they had; they were great players. So we had our adversity, and we came back from behind, and we had the horse to do it too, and all the players we had. And but we are thinking, you get to this point to say, that's going to happen. We're going to make this happen.
Well, they have battled for 6 games tonight just to see who wins the war. It's game number 7 between the Coyotes and the Blues.
Overtime in game 7. At the end of regulation, 0-0.
And little release from the point. That's all it is. And just a little tip, and then going left side, and he got to be on the right side, and just and got in the goal. So it was an incredible moment. Incredible. I'm losing my things.
Wide behind the net. Hanzus gets the puck. It's in the end now, wide open with Young. Hanzus on his backhand. And the puck knocked away by Javi Bullet as Hanzus is taken down. Young centers Pearson. The shot. He scores! Oh, baby! Bring on Brett Hall and the Dallas Stars! Ricard Pearson! Pearson wins it. It may have been deflected, but the Blues have the victory in the first overtime. At 17.
What a great, you know, those are great. It's an incredible memory. Wow.
Pearson shot.
Great, huh?
Oh my God. Yeah. You know, it's just, and it's, oh yeah. Well,
Phoenix, and they'll go on to Dallas Thursday night for game number 1. Oh, how sweet it is.
It is indeed, Kenny, and I do believe you're...
Hey, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I tipped it. I mean, obviously I just pushed it, yeah. So you just hope for, oh yeah. You just hope that you just, you know, you don't know where it's going. You know, you're just trying to change direction, you know, and the game is slowing down. Everyone is tired. Next thing you know, we all say, shoot the puck. I mean, just, you know, throw it at the net, rebound, tip, and it was going to the left side again, and all of a sudden a smaller tip, and it went on the right side. And I'm seeing this right now too. Tip, just a tip, and it's going straight to his glove, and he was trying to catch it, and it wasn't a hard shot. It's just throw it at the net. So, what a great and incredible. You know, and to me, that coming back from behind, the adversity we had, and the feeling we had in that locker room after the game, wow, priceless, priceless.
I gotta ask you about your vertical, your jump, your height.
Oh yeah, I don't know how high to jump, but that's all I don't know how. That was my reaction, and I was jumping like Bambi, I guess. I don't know.
Bring on Brett Hull and the Dallas Stars. Ricard Pearson wins it. It may have been deflected.
This is Game 4, Western Conference semifinals. The Stars lead 2 games to 1. And here we go, overtime underway from the Kiel Center in St. Louis. Hughes Cage.
I remember, I think I intercepted that puck from Zubov, if I'm not mistaken. And then I'm thinking, I'm shooting high because I know Eddie's going down. I remember that. And I think he went his blocker side, top shelf. But, you know, things are happening so quickly, you just gotta. But, you know, and I think the flow of the game and the confidence we had, and there's a way when you shoot pucks and you have that confidence or the momentum of the game is, when you shoot to score, you don't shoot to shoot. There's 2 different ways you could do it, but now you're like, I'm gonna score this. But you know, getting in that overtime and seeing the reaction, I saw the reaction on the bench, everyone was going wild and crazy, but and then we had a chance to do, we felt like we had a good chance to do it. But obviously Dallas was a great team, you know, and Eddie was a great goaltending, you know, a lot of experience, a lot of wisdom, and it was what a great experience we had. I mean, they're clutchy goals, they're big goals. I mean, it's just, and you could change, you know, and it changed the momentum of it changed the series for against Phoenix, and then you go to, you know, Dallas. I mean, getting that goal, and all of a sudden you get some hope that okay, it might happen. And you know, it's funny that me and Hitch would just talk about this, you know, and it's just those great memories for sure.
Murray intercepting, long shot blocked by McGinnis. The Blues have won the President's Cup.
Wow, incredible. And the team we had is just, I think there's a lot, you know, timing, right place, right time, the right commitment, but we had an incredible, it's the best team I played for, 100%. You know, you have Chris Pronger, Al McInnes, and now you're talking about guys that played, you know, Pavel or Scott or, you know, these guys. I mean, we had an incredible Anzus we're talking about. I mean, all the depth we had also of the third and fourth line was incredible too. So I love playing here. I love playing for, you know, Coach Q and this organization, an incredible organization. I love the players you know, and I'm still friend with Al McInnes. I'm still friend. I mean, it's talk to Chris once in a while. So it's always great to revisit all those stories, you know, and those are great memories I'll bring, you know, with me for the rest of my life for sure.
So that was, I mean, if there is one, the President's Trophy curse. We lose to San Jose in 7 games, and you had to think of all your teams here. That was the one that should have made some.
100%. Yeah, we could have. Yeah, we should have. And there's moment of your and somehow we couldn't go through it, and we lost that because it could definitely have been the year for sure. You could look back because we had a lot of people in place to do it. So. You don't know. I mean, it is a business for sure. I mean, it's a business. I mean, you love playing. I mean, the blues was the blues. I love playing. I love the family here. You know, I love the organization. I love it was. But at one point, I was a free agency without compensation. And then you're like, is it going to happen again? It's not going to happen again. And then you have it's a business for the team. It's a business for yourself too. It's where do you make that? You know, where do you want to be and so, I love the years I played here. I love the fans in St. Louis. I love the organization. You know, I was blessed to have played for many years here. But there's a business that comes in place at one point. You know you're not going to last. Hockey, you're not going to play until you're 40. But some do. But you know, or 50. It's you know, if you could play 5, 7 years, 10 years in the NHL, that's incredible. I was able to play it for 19 seasons. So, and then you make decision to where do you go with your career at that point, and we made the decision to sign with the Dallas Stars.
You said it. I mean, your time here was pretty special.
Oh, very, very, very. Larry Plouffe, from Joe, from my teammates, and from we're always talking about Al or Chris or Joe, Brett or Pavel or Scott, but there's Kelly Chase and there's guys that we had depth that were able to step up and protect. They did an incredible job to really have their third and fourth line was solid, and we had some toughness. Tony was there too for a couple of years, and but we had I had such a great time here, and I'm so happy and proud that I was a St. Louis Blues for many years, and playing in front of the crowd here, incredible, and I'm so grateful for that.